Hey guys, Sandy here, and I have somehow lost the first few bits of this recording, so I'm just going to let you know what I did. I took some distress ink and did the packaging technique on the back here, and then I used some matte gel medium and kind of like decoupaged a napkin from the airline onto top of that background. I let that dry, and now I've grabbed my Bow Bunny glitter paste and this cloud stencil, and I'm just placing some clouds directly on top, and I'm not making the glitter paste smooth. Like, I want it to be relatively smooth, but not super duper smooth. So I want a little bit of texture within the clouds. And I'm just trying to figure out exactly where I want these, because I know I'm scrapbooking boarding passes again, and I tend to do that a lot. So I'm always trying to figure out something a little bit fun and different, so that they're not always the same. So sometimes I scrapbook them directly onto the page, sometimes I put them in pockets, and this time I'm going to put them in pockets. So I've decided that I can't do any more on this page until I let some of these clouds dry. That way I can put my stencil down again. So then I'm going to set that aside and I let it dry, and then I bring it back once it is dry. And then I stenciled some more clouds, and I also stenciled a little cloud on a white sheet of cardstock, because that is what I'm going to use to make the cover of my pocket. One thing that I really do a lot for pockets is take page protectors that I've cut apart. When I get 12 by 12 page protectors that have pockets in it, sometimes I cut off part of the pocket and make it work for me to stick it in my 12 by 12 album. And with those leftover pieces, I make pockets for memorabilia and such things. So I'm just going to go ahead and decide that right here is where my pocket's going to go. And I'm okay that my boarding passes have this bright red bit around them, and basically nothing else on the page has bright red. I'm okay with that because it's memorabilia, and I want my memorabilia to stand out. Like, I want people to be like, oh, memorabilia. So now I'm just taking my distress ink and I'm kind of blending the ink over top of the white cardstock, because it was such a stark white against that background that I had created. It was just way too much. So I'm using a couple different of my colors, the same colors that I used around the background with the packaging technique. So I end up happy with that, and I'm just going to put some adhesive straight on that paper because it's going to cover up the pocket, and I fit the pocket on the back of the paper here just to figure out exactly where it's all going to go. And I'm like, yep, this works, this works. Now that large cloud up at the top, I actually chose to put it there because I had matte gel medium so much that I'd actually ripped the napkin a little bit. So that glitter paste covered that up pretty great. And I love my ATG for this, and I was a little worried that it wasn't going to be strong enough, but it's held up. And the layout is not in my page yet because I'm, or in my albums yet, because I'm gathering together all the layouts that I scrapbook for Rediscover Your Stash for the month of July. Oh my word, guys. It's not July, it's January. Lord. Okay. Anyway, it's held up. That's the point. That is what I'm trying to get out, which cannot come out of my mouth. I grab my Maggie Holmes carousel chipboard sheet, and I pull out these flags, and I just kind of tuck them in there. Now, I've tried to use these flags a bunch of different times, and I've never been able to be happy with what goes on my page with it. So this I'm happy with. I mean, I'm scrapbooking tickets, so I want to make it, you know, a little exciting. And here I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with it. I thought for sure I was going to use that in-flight sticker. Oh, excuse me. Man, oh man. It's kind of rainy and downcast today, and it just makes me sleepy. You know, I'm in a nice comfy sweater, and it's rainy outside, and all you want to do is lay around with a big old fluffy blanket and a drink of choice and a book. That's the kind of day I'm having. My thoughts are not coming out of my mind clearly, and I want to scrapbook. Like, I have the day off today, so I planned on scrapbooking the whole day away, but really I just want to go lay on the sofa with a big fluffy blanket. I'm not sure where I went off. Oh, here I am. So I'm just looking through some die cuts, and I know that I had some Gossamer Blue die cuts that had this paper airplane. And if you've seen any of my videos before where I've scrapbooked flying or tickets or anything like that, you'll know that I really, really love paper airplanes on airplane flights. Now, I did pull that pink banner just because I was okay with the red boarding passes on top of all this purple and blue, but I felt like I needed to bridge the gap a little bit. And since this is going in our Disney Girls Trip album with all the pink and blue, I thought it would be appropriate to bring in the pink. And plus, I really just love that little banner right there. Like, I think it's totally cute. So it's got to go right onto my page. And I'm just digging through and trying to figure out if there are any other fun little die cuts that I can use. And like I said, these are all from Gossamer Blue. When they closed down, I did a bunch of their scrapbook kits and planner kits and traveler's notebook kits, and I've just put all the die cuts in one little bin so I can flip through them because I kind of know what is in there. Now, speaking of traveler's notebooks, so I got a traveler's notebook from Gossamer Blue when they closed. I actually got a bunch of them, and it's like notebook paper. Like, I opened it up, and I don't, maybe it's just their traveler's notebooks, but I wouldn't want to scrapbook on that. It's notebook paper. Like, I don't want to have to wallpaper every page on a traveler's notebook. So what I do is I use it for lists and things like that, and I just throw it directly in my purse. It's not pretty. It's literally a black ink pen and the notebook, and it goes in my purse. And it's like where I do grocery lists, meal planning, anything like that, where I used to use a notepad and would have little note papers flying around everywhere. It's just in this. I used it when I bought new dishes. I used it to plan out how many new dishes I needed. So anything that I use lists, that's what I do it for. But I haven't found that to be enticing to actually do a traveler's notebook. Now, I go back and forth. Like, I want to do a traveler's notebook, but I don't like that format for memory keeping. Like, I like my albums. I don't like them. Like, I have some mini albums, 3 little, like, paper bag mini albums. Do you guys remember when paper bag mini albums were a thing for each of my kids? And it's just not my favorite. It's just not my favorite format. Like, I like the album format, and I guess I'm gonna stick with it. But I want to like a traveler's notebook. Like, I want to do things. And I thought, well, maybe I would do like an art journaling kind of thing in there, because right now my art journaling is in a spiral mixed media book, and that's more of a personal diary thing. I tried to share one once on YouTube, and I couldn't. It was almost like I couldn't do it. Like, it just didn't come out that great. I think because I was videoing it, and I've always thought of my art journal as my own personal diary, whereas my scrapbooking pages are memories that I want to share with the world. Like, if you want to look at my scrapbooks, I will let you look at my scrapbooks. I mean, whoever you are. If I just met you, if I've known you for 12 years, it doesn't matter. If you want to look at my scrapbooks, I'm like, go for it. If you want to look at my art journal, I'll be like, no, that's mine. So, anyway, as I've rambled on here, I found some more die cuts to use, and just that has that little extra bit of pink, like that little cloud up there, just has that little touch of pink that I added. And I am flipping through my Chamel sticker book, which is what I got for Christmas. It was awesome. I was super excited to get it, and I'm just going to throw on a couple little gold hearts around here just to give it, you know, a little bit more shimmer and shine, because all that glitter texture paste obviously isn't enough shimmer and shine. And gold hearts are always fun. So now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to figure out what letter stickers to use, and I decided to go with these gray Freckle Fawn puffy stickers, and I've had these guys for a while, and I just went ahead and did that. Now, I thought I was going to grab some tile stickers to write home, but I just decided to grab a pen and write it in my own handwriting. First I did it in pencil. But I do grab a, I think it's a micron pen, and just write home. And then I'm just going to grab a white eraser, and I alternate my white erasers. I have the Staedtler Mars Plastic Eraser, which is an amazing eraser. It is amazing. Love that sucker. And I also have a Pentel Click Eraser, which is what I use right there. And I discovered both of them when I was in like 6th or 7th grade for art class, because we were going to be doing lots of drawings, and our art teacher had said, make sure you get a good eraser. And I discovered them way back then, and I've loved them ever since. And now I'm going to stop talking because I've finished scrapbooking and I wasn't paying attention, and I have no clue of how long I've been talking, and the video's been done. So bye, guys.